And that's going. So that is set up. All right, let's make sure we're broadcasting, and we will go from there. And we will make sure we're streaming and go from there. All right, test this, get the pre-show up, and go from there. All right, so that's up. Let me make sure this is going. There we are. We're streaming now. Hey, folks. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy, HeadHardHat Smith, and I'm here with wife, Amy. And apparently on both of our systems, it looks like the chat room is not up quite yet. So what we're going to do for the next minute or two, I'm going to try to re-get things going again. I don't know why that particular chat room decides to...
go away periodically.
Stop and just enter out and go. There's no reason for it. So give me half a second here, and we'll go from that. And I will literally work behind the scenes and see if I can get us up and going with the chat room. So hang on for a second, and we will go from there.
I've already got my cider.
Got your cider?
Yeah, I'm ready for cooler weather.
Yeah, I know it.
It's very hot.
All right. It's actually cooled down a little bit the past like today in the evening. It actually was a little bit cooler, not as muggy. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's like, I don't know what it is with Montana, but Corey's got like 140 forest fires around them.
Oh, does he?
The smoke is so thick you can't go out.
Wow.
It's like majorly. Half the
that's
park,
crazy.
Glacier Park around them is going up in flames. All right, so let me take a look here real quick while we're doing this, and I will see if I can get this going and get the chat room going, because there should not be a problem with this, as usual. All right, so I'm actually looking at the code right now and bringing that up and going, why, oh, why are you doing this? And the last time for me to fix this, all right, there's the script, worldwide chat room. There's the script, and there's no difference with it. That's what I'm going to get. So I'm going to hit update here for a second. I'm going to see if I can update the code. I know it's the right code because the video is working. So check now to see if your chat room's up.
Okay. I was chatting with someone who normally watches. That's why I was there.
Yeah. So get that part up.
Okay. You refresh it here.
And see if the chat room shows up. And it does not.
No.
So that means I have to go to the website that has that. And again, pardon to the people. You should be able to see the monitor and see the video fine, but the chat room is not there for some reason. So let me get down to the code where the chat room is and fix that up. All right, so this is here. Hang on a second. There's a script. All right, who is, let me check something here real quick. So this is actually what happens when stuff doesn't work right and we got to figure it out on the fly. So that's what happens with that. And I hate when that happens because it's, this time it's the other website's doing stuff. And it's like, all right. So go to our other website and find out what that's at.
They're all texting me on Facebook tonight.
Hey, guys, there you go. We're on Facebook. Go for it. And we'll get that. So it'll be just a minute. I just got to regenerate the code, put it in place, and get there. But I got to figure out real quick where it's at. All right, there's the show notes. And go over here. All part of the fun. So, yeah, if this isn't as entertaining as normal, this is what happens with technical difficulties, and we just want to have the chat room up for everybody. And the chat room is gone. There it is. Chitango. That's what I'm looking for. So let me get over there and get that up. All part of the fun. All right, log in. And I should very quickly get this set up. I hear a lawnmower or something?
It would sound like it, yes.
Or a weed whacker.
Something. It's nighttime. The sun has gone to bed.
Yes, and somebody's out there with a weed whacker.
Yes, as we tell Grayson last night.
The sun has gone to bed?
The sun has gone to bed, so it's time for him to do that too.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, so there is our Chitango. Let me see if I can get the where is, there's that edit profile account. And I'm just looking real quick. I've got my actual part in here. I just want to get, there's friends, edit profile, Chitango. Come on, show me where my code is. There we go. GeoSnippits Reboot.
The podcast is at the top.
All right, I don't know if that's the same one. Let's find out. Embed code. This should work. There's that. It's in red. I don't want red. So let me see if I can get it here real quick. It's just loading. And HTML is blocked. What? Configuration group HTML blocked. Why is that doing that? It's never done that before. All right. Let me get this one. Let's see what we got. I just want the code, folks.
Blocked. That's weird.
It is weird. There's the ticker, the tab. I have never seen this before. Now I'm wondering if is it just us or nobody else has the chat room either?
Well, that's why they're IMing me on Facebook, because they can't see it either.
Okay.
They didn't know if it was just them or
no.
what.
This is something with Chitango that has changed. Chitango is the group that we actually work with. We're going to have the podcast tonight. We may have to have them use question and answers.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And go that way because for some reason, I'm going to go to Chitango through a different website, and yeah, like Edge is going to work. So I'm going to do this. And see if Edge works. Official site, log in. Yeah, this is new. I've never had them have this before. Interesting.
Pretty.
Right. Let me go in this way real quick. The people coming in going, what are they doing? Our chat room has decided Chitango, which is the edit profile. Okay. Settings. All right, so that's that. Where did I go into to get this? Recent chat block links, log out.
Edit profile, maybe?
And so, yeah, it
Oh, yeah.
is blocked once. Okay, so is this going to give me what I want? And profile. So this is set. All right. Now is this going to give me? So that's profile. So anyways, we're in the process trying to figure out what Shantango has done to change so that I can actually make my, I really dislike Edge. Meet people, search account. It was in account settings. English. What did we look at before when we got the profile? Something.
Add a group chat to your web page.
Does that take you to the beginning or all my other ones? All right, let me get this really quick and then we are going to go.
Yeah, because this is kind of.
Yeah. So if I do 350. All right, so if I do 500.
Yeah.
400. That should give us something to work with at least tonight and get the code. All right, I think we got it here. So let me see if I can create this. There is this, there is this, there is this. Where do we create group? So this is literally right there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's that. That's good. Now, why doesn't it? All right. All right. All right. I got the code. Yay. I know this is like watching paint dry, and I apologize, but
Sorry about that, guys.
I know how important it is to get the stuff going. All right. So this, I don't want to blow away the wrong thing. So this can go away. This has the code. This puts the script. Paste. Update. And give it a second. And what you're going to have to do, folks, is refresh your screens in a second. And we should have a chat room. So let's see what we got. I see a chat room.
What?
I see a chat room.
You do?
Yes. All right. So sorry about that. That was all part of the craziness that happens, but this is what happens when you fix things on the fly and get things going. So I'm going to close this out. And we are going to have a podcast one way or the other. We're just getting the final technical things going on.
Yay! There it is.
All right, we're up. Sorry about that. Shantango has done this to us a couple of times where we have gone through and just it disappears. It doesn't do it on the one that I have for the geocaching podcast. That hasn't happened, but for some reason on this one, it decides to just go away. And then I got to pull the code, and because now that I'm on Windows 10, apparently there's something in there that blocks that particular type of website for HTML5, which I have no idea why that does that, but that's how it goes. So hey, we are up, we are working, and that's how it goes. So thanks, guys, for for putting up with that little bit of fun. It's like that deserves an air horn. So yeah, that was just, I don't like it when it does that. All right, we are up, we are going, and we are smiling again, and there we go. We got some cool stuff for you tonight, folks. And again, we apologize, but this is what happens. This is where you got to think fast.
See what happens when you stay calm.
Yes, and you breathe and you just do what you got to do.
Yes.
Because I huge.
They said yay for Windows.
Yes,
coming from the Apple people.
Yes, we have a huge. We are going to do something. I don't know why. I do know why. This is why. I think we're going to do some kind of it's not like a Kickstarter, but something like a Kickstarter. And basically, we're going to see if we can get enough donations so that we can get a not a big fancy Mac box, but a Mac to run this off of, so we don't have the same kind of problems that we have with this. We've got enough peripheral computers to use our Windows stuff for, so when things go bad, it isn't critical. But the box that we use for us for doing the show, I don't hear nearly the problems.
Dude, they had so much faith in you. They're like, Andy's going to get fixed, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was like, yep.
You got to think. And it's like, you just pull that rabbit out of a hat until
you're good.
It works. Or do what you don't want to do, and that's pull the hat out of the rabbit.
Ooh, that would hurt.
And I'm just saying, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Rabbits don't like that.
No.
That's different looking.
Different card. Yeah, we've got on my iPad. This is actually the card that I use for Geocaching Podcast, but I've done some modifications. I don't want to use two different ones. I like this particular one, and basically it's just a bunch of buttons that you preload that have all of your sounds. So that way, when I do things like this, it's built right in, and all I got to do is push a button, and that also plays our music and our transitions and all that fun stuff. And so that's how that works. And so Amy just noticed we got a different card that we normally use when we do other things. So, hey, how's things going? We only got about 5 minutes. How you doing on your souvenirs? I know that there's a lot of people out there that were able to get them done and get all 6. Congratulations. We are not one of those people.
No, you still have an Earth cache that you picked out, right?
Right. We got an Earth cache. We got
we can do that this weekend, I think.
D5. Yeah. If the weather I think is actually supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice.
Well, for us, nice is because I talked to Scott and it's in the 50s up there.
I would love that.
Yeah. For us, nice is anything below insects turning into instant combustion. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But other than that, I think we are all set. We're going to try to get at least a couple more souvenirs. We couldn't get to an event in a seat or an event to do that. We can do the Earth Cache instead of the CETO and get most of them. But yeah, congratulations for everybody that's been able to go out and get your souvenirs. I was curious. This was spread out from June 19th all the way to September 2nd. With 5 tasks, the 6th one being a bonus souvenir. What did you think about the souvenirs this year? Were they hit a broad spectrum, so you kind of hit a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm wondering for some, was it not intense enough? Was it too subtle?
You know what?
Too long to do?
Not everybody is going to be happy.
Right.
But here's my 2 cents, like the line says.
Okay.
It hit everything, I think, across the spectrum.
Right.
Most everything. I mean, you can't do everything. But,
exactly.
It gave everybody a wide variety of things to go for and try.
Yes.
You know, and it was not a tremendous, it wasn't packed into a short amount of time.
Right.
It gave you a long period of time to do it.
But I'm wondering if it was too long.
I don't think so.
The goal with this
I don't think so.
was to go out on your adventures. And I think if anything with this, and I've seen a lot of people do it this year, a lot of people are traveling out of state and doing what they can to build their adventures, to go out. I think with that, it was more important for them this year, not necessarily to achieve the geocaches that you had with this,
right,
but to get out past your local comfort zone and go out geocaching that way.
right. But what's more important to you?
I like both. I love the travel.
The geocaching itself or getting your numbers? To me, that's what this is all about, is getting yourself out there, getting you out of your immediate little, like you said, your comfort zone.
Right.
Try new things. See what's out there.
Get on
See
the
what the world's
road.
about. Don't worry about the power trails. Don't worry about, we got to get 50 in a day or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah. I do. Yeah, I agree. It was way better than the 31-day streak.
Well,
that one was terrible.
Well, I think with that one, it is, people felt rushed.
Yes, it felt like a job.
Yeah, it did.
I
After
already
a
got
while,
one.
yeah, it was already
2 if you count you.
Yeah, as well as but yeah, I think that's what it was. There was a lot of it involved. That the 31 days was just, it was a very long streak. It was a difficult challenge because for a lot of geocachers that have already gone geocaching in their areas, they had to really do some driving and do some creative ways of getting each day and not miss the streak and go that way. So to me, I think that was an admirable challenge, but for people that don't like that, like you said, it sounded like a job.
Yeah, and I thought there was a good point that was just brought up too. The souvenirs were too spread out. It really didn't seem like a challenge.
Right. That to me is what I felt too.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like a challenge. It just seemed kind of like they were encouraging people to go out and spread their caching wings, so to speak.
We have got so many things coming up over the next couple of months that we're going to go traveling. That's not going to be credited for this. Timing wise, it was an extremely hot summer. Matter of fact, it was the hottest summer on record ever on the planet.
Right.
All right. For June and July so far, both months have been the hottest months on the planet, period.
And some people can do heat. I personally cannot.
Yeah, right.
And neither can he.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't get out in the heat.
The problem is with certain behavioral types, including myself, and I'll say it, if there isn't an emphasis on it enough, I get lazy and it's like, I'll get to it.
Yes, you do.
And it's like, okay, I'll get to it. And then the next thing you know, things come up, which happened with us.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's how it goes. All right, now I'm going to turn my camera off. Don't panic. I'm going to turn my camera off for half a second. I'm just trying to reset real quick the camera, because sometimes what'll happen is, that's all right. But what'll happen is sometimes with this couple of things with Google has been working funky with the camera, and if you turn it off and turn it on, it resets everything to in place. So all right, it is 8:30. Sorry for the real short pre-show, folks. That's just how it is. We've got some good stuff for you. We're gonna let everybody know tonight about the Geocoin contest that you and Amy put together. To go from there. We had some interesting facts and figures out of that one, so we're gonna do that as well. Got a good show for you tonight. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I think it's about time we start this. And I think it's about time that I get the correct picture up here, and we will go through and do this thing. All right. So sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, your favorite snack. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is going to be coming at you right about, I'd say right about now. Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and I am here with the wonderful, the delightful, the lovely wife, Amy. And yeah, we had once again a little bit of technical difficulties.
It's how we roll.
It's how we roll.
Wow, look at our bottom third. That is awesome.
You like that?
Yes.
Okay, I made this a couple weeks ago, and there's a way that you can do what they call custom overlays.
I like that.
And so you can do things like this. And so I modified our bottom third and put the more up-to-date
We're all modern and stuff.
logo, and it looks a little crisper. And wife Amy likes purple, so I used purple
So do
for the
you.
back. Yeah, I do. It's a good color.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that goes. So yeah, we got a new bottom third. The technical difficulty of the week for this one was, once again, our chat room disappeared. I have no idea why. Chatango is the one that we use, and unfortunately, Chatango is like the best one out there right now for having websites and having the some kind of a chat room built in, embedded into a website. So not only can we talk to you via video, we can also converse with everybody through our website as well. And it was disappears. I got to regenerate the code, reinstall it into the HTML, upload it up to the website, tell everybody to refresh their stuff, and then it's working. So yeah, that's what we had for the first 15, 20 minutes of the pre-show of me just trying to get everything going, because the chat room is one of the important things that deal with us in the show and all you fine folks literally from around the planet. So it had big importance, and we were able to pull that hat out of a rabbit and get that
because
going.
that hurts.
I'm just saying. So yeah, good stuff. It is August 27th. 2015, and we had a lot of interesting things going on this week. Unfortunately, none of it was really geocaching related. Had some family stuff that we were working with. Still hot here. It was interesting. I was talking to Corey Stevens, who's in Montana, from the Geocaching Podcast, and they are having, I guess, Glacier National Park is like up in flames to the point where
that's no good.
The smoke pollution is so bad that I guess they had a new instrument that they've had for a while. They're not quite necessarily new, but they've had it for quite a while, and it reads the particulates in the air, when it tells you pollen and all the different allergy stuff that's in there, and it makes measurements and tells you what's going on. Well, they've had the strongest readings because of all the smoke and the forest fires that are going on there. They are 5 clicks from hazardous air, what they actually classify as severe hazardous air. That's how bad it is there. And the problem is also the fires are so far into the mountains, they can't get to them. And like the helicopters can't go through because the smoke's not, is too thick, and it affects the aircraft. It's a mess out there. And I hope all the people in Montana are okay. And they're basically saying stay inside.
Yeah. So
it's a mess, but it's in the high 90s there, in the 90s where they're at there. Montana, this time of year, you just don't think of that. Here, been hot. Today was the first day it actually kind of cooled off a smidge, and you don't have that wet blanket humidity. But it's just been literally, they said June and July, both now in a row, have been the hottest months on the planet ever recorded. So it's hot. And, I don't keep sounding like I got an excuse for not going out. It's just been that way in our neck of the woods. Scott Burks in Chicago said, it's in the 50s, 60s. It's great out here. We would love having the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, we would.
Just how it goes. So
it's 100 degrees last weekend in Colorado.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's just weird stuff. Different areas.
Yeah.
And Memphis Mafia has been putting out some really cool pictures on Facebook I've caught the past couple of days. And that is also, that's cool stuff, the things that they're out there doing. That's great. All right, good stuff. So we're hoping to catch up on a couple of souvenirs this weekend. We want to get the D5, T5, and maybe an Earth Cache out of the way. So we'll get a couple more souvenirs out of the belt. It's just that there's no events close enough for us to really be able to do that. So that's how that goes.
Yes.
Anyways,
we'll get a couple of them and, get out caching, and that's the important part.
Yep. Congratulations to everybody that we're able to get all the souvenirs this year. And for the people that tried and got some, good for you too. So good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even with the technical difficulties, even with all the things that happen with us on a regular basis, all part of the fun of doing a live show, you might be saying to yourself, well, how do you get in touch with these two guys? We've got interesting facts, tidbits, and information we would like to tell Andy and Amy that maybe they might mention on the show, or just we want to say thank you or hi, because we get thank yous all the time, and it's awesome. We appreciate that as well.
Or don't ever do that again.
Yeah. Yes, we get those too. Don't ever do that
Please
again.
Don't ever do that.
Yes, and that's good because that's called feedback, and we like that. We like that. So anyways, to watch us on our live feed when it's working, and join us in our chat room when it's actually up by going to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have our social media links, including for you to subscribe to basically anything and everything you can think of. Do me a favor, if you're getting into Periscope, which goes through Twitter, get us in, follow us on Periscope, because we're going to start doing more of those as the weather cools and we actually go out geocaching, and we're going to take you along for the ride for some of them. We're going to still do our vlogs, but those little couple of minutes where Amy's standing over the geocache, literally, and I'm searching all around, she can chat with you and say, ha, guess what we're doing to HeadHardHat. That kind of stuff.
There's a lady out in social media land who has patented the word scopinar.
Scopinar.
Yes.
Oh my.
Instead of webinar,
Scopinar.
it's a scopinar.
And I'm sure the people at Periscope are saying, well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yeah, part of the fun. Well, that's the other one I used to do when I was on the U.S. Geocaching Hour a couple weeks ago. I liked calling it a tweet. You called it a tweet chat.
It's a tweet chat.
I like calling it a tweet cast.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of doing that too.
I'm like, it's a tweet chat.
Yeah, interesting stuff. It's all part of the fun. So anyways, there's tons of different social medias. Go to either geosnippets.com or geosnippetsreboot.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, just like us, tweet us, whatever it goes to hook up with us. Make sure two things. One, that you get us in your Google Plus circles, because we put out a lot of polls and ask a lot of questions about what you feel about geocaching on particular subjects, and we take that information and we put it right into our show, and you do that just through Google Plus. So make sure that you go to and find HeadHardHat and put us in your circles, so that way when I put something out like a poll or what have you, you'll instantly get that. And also go to HeadHardHat's YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe to that. The reason is, every time we do one of our podcasts, every time we do a vlog, and I think Periscope's actually starting to get hooked into that too, where you can actually go through and see the chats that we've done through Periscope in YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's going to be coming up pretty soon. So that would be really neat. Make sure you get us subscribed to us is the main thing. HeadHardHat's YouTube channel is where you want to go. Let's see. And finally, you can get our voicemail line either by calling 919-341-9519 or on our GeoSnippits website. Yes.
I was just looking ahead. Sorry.
Okay. She's just now looking at the show notes.
Yeah, you know I don't make meetings.
So
Whatever.
the GeoSnippits.
I'm so shocked.
I am
She didn't know
shocked.
what the show was about.
Wow.
Whatever.
Where was I talking about? Send voicemail. Go
Speak
onto a geocaching podcast website, either through geosnippets.com or GeoSnippits Reboot. On the right side of the screen is our send voicemail tab. That was interesting. And we have an upgrade and save 50% on Office. Thank you, Windows 10.
Upgrade now.
Wow. That was like, wow.
That was a nice song, though.
Nice little tweedle with that. I'm going to have to work on notifications next. Put that on the list of things to do.
That was funny.
Anyways, call us, record us, send us pictures, send us emails, send us everything that you possibly can. We want to hear about it. And if we like it, we'll put it out on the show. Now, I actually literally talk about Periscope. It was like midnight one evening. We had Joshua, the geocaching vlogger, did a Periscope thing, and I just happened to catch it on my phone when I did that. And he said, Andy, I sent you a speak pipe, and I was disappointed because you didn't mention me in last week's show. And we didn't. And I apologize. I actually looked. I actually did get the notification. I just didn't recognize it and see it. So this week, we are actually going to have what he had put into here. It's really cute. And again, this is from Joshua, the geocaching vlogger, very good friend of ours. Let's see what we have from him that he has to say to us. All right, let's do this.
Hey, Andy and Amy, this is Joshua, the geocaching vlogger or vlogger, whichever you prefer. I'm just calling in. You said you guys wanted some feedback this week, so hey, I'm calling in to give you some feedback. First of all, Andy, I want to thank you so much for joining the US Geocaching Hour this last Monday. Your participation was awesome, and your interaction with all the geocachers there was awesome on Twitter. So thanks so much for joining us, and just let you know, this is an open invitation to you to join the US Geocaching Hour on Mondays. So that was so cool. Thanks for being there. Thanks for participating. It was a lot of fun. Also, I want you guys to know, like, I listen to your show sometimes while I'm running.
Oh, God.
And a little secret about me is that I am attempting to train right now for my very first marathon. I've run a half marathon, but I've never run a full marathon. Anyway, the mileage is getting up there on my Saturday runs. This last Saturday, I ran 14 miles, which is the farthest I've ever run before. And I just want to thank you because you guys accompany me on my runs because I listen to the show while I am running. So I typically run on a path that is pretty busy. And when you guys, or Andy in particular, had that little faux pas last week, that little slip up that made me laugh out loud while I was running, and the people that were maybe watching me pass by as I was running were probably wondering why I was laughing to myself. They probably thought I was listening to some sort of hilarious comedian, but I was actually listening to you guys. So thanks for that funny slip up. That was hilarious. Anyway, just wanted to call in, say hi. Thanks so much for everything, for being my friend.
Aww.
Awesome. Hey, see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome. Well, thank you,
I
Joshua.
love him.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
I can't get into details because I won't, but let's just say the slip up dealt with, I used the word should have been figured and used something else.
Yeah.
And apparently he caught that mid-stride.
He caught it. I caught it. It was hilarious.
Oh, well, so thank you, Joshua.
Well, good job, Josh.
Yeah, if you haven't had it, 14 miles.
14 miles. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes, I love that. And congratulations. Keep on moving, buddy. That is awesome. And hopefully we'll be able to see him at Open Caching because I heard he's trying to get there too. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Open Caching, Open Geocaching in Georgia.
Oh, going caching.
Or going caching. When I say open caching.
I'm like, open caching?
I have open caching on the mind.
Where else are we going?
Yes. So congratulations, Mr. Joshua.
Yeah.
And you can check out Joshua by going to YouTube and just checking out the geocaching
He
vlogger.
is on Periscope too.
And he is on Periscope.
I haven't played with Periscope enough to figure out how to find people yet.
Yeah,
I just happen to pun them and I'm like, oh, I know you.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow you.
I don't think if you put vlogger in there, you're going to find him. I think you actually have to find him through Joshua.
Yeah.
And go through his Twitter account.
Yeah.
And go that way. So anyways, thank you, Joshua. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
Good stuff. And we've got some other feedback that's going to come over the next couple of weeks, but don't let that stop you. Keep those feedbacks coming. We like having more than just one to worry about for each week. We like having a bunch to choose from, and then we'll put that in. And we got some exciting news from a new geocacher, brand new geocacher we'll talk about next week. Yep.
See, I got to make the meetings.
That's how that goes. So yes, by all means, please make sure you keep sending in the feedback because we love it.
See, and I make the meetings so infrequently that I had to make a bit strip about it. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that. about not making the meetings.
Yes. I didn't even know what the comic was about. I make the meetings so infrequently.
Yes, exactly. So for all the people that are waiting right now, anxiously with bated breath, quit eating worms, about the
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
yeah, that's how it is.
Fish with them. Don't eat them.
Well, that's why they
Ew.
say bated breath. I'm just saying. Guess the number of geocoins behind Amy and Andy contest has come to an end.
And I want to point something out.
Uh-oh,
Yes.
I'm afraid.
Yes, you should, because it's about you.
Oh, great. All right. So now what we did is we went through and
You
counted.
didn't let me point it out.
Well, okay. Let me tell what we have, and then that'll make it funnier, won't it?
Okay.
All right. So anyways, I went through and counted all the geocoins that are behind us that counted for this, and figured out how many there were. And then the answer that it came up with was 213.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I was corrected.
Yes. I said, hey, I wonder if people will remember that the cube is actually 6 coins. He went, oh, man.
Yeah. Right here is the board cube. And the board cube is actually 6 geocoins.
Yes. So he forgot that and had to update the number.
Yeah. So the number actually is
218.
So that's the correct answer.
It's not 42. No,
It is
It's
not 42. Though one person actually did vote 52, but I'm just going to let that slide.
Yeah.
So anyways, what we did is we put everybody that sent their entries in regardless
Yeah.
of what they came up with their answer, and we put them all into a drawing, and I think they're going to want to know what the prize is.
Yes, they might.
All right. So I'm
They
looking.
may want to know who the winner is.
Well, we'll do that too, but we'll show them what the prize is. This has been sitting in the cash stash for a while now, and I thought this would be a apropos gift project prize for you fine folks. It's from cash-advance.com, and it is the complete Tricky Cash Pack.
Isn't that cool?
And inside it is a plethora of
Ooh,
really
very nice word.
Thank you. That's my $5 word.
Yes.
Inside is there's a geocaching rock. There's one of those tubes that you have from the pop bottles. There's bison tubes. Go ahead and look inside.
A bolt down here.
There's a bolt cache. There is a couple of little.
Oh, there's a plate back here.
Yep. And there's a couple of teeny tiny metal, like acorn sized, earring sized
Yep,
caches on there too.
Down here.
Yeah. So congratulations to the upcoming winner. This is the prize. And see, wasn't this worth waiting for to see what it would be? I wanted something special for the people, and it's also for all the other people that didn't put in a guess to say, "Wow, that's a really cool prize. Why didn't I win?" Because you didn't play. You got to be in it to win it. So when we do our next contest, you'll know. Good prize. All right. So we got all the different people to go, and most people were close. I would say most people that put in the guess were within 15 off of the actual count. I think that's pretty darn good from either looking at a photograph or counting or waiting for us to move our heads so that you can get the ones behind us. Good job to everybody out there.
A ring.
Huh?
Oh, you mean
that?
This one?
Yeah, that is not a geocoin.
That's not geocoin.
That is out of my Elder Scroll Online kit that I put up there. That's actually it's a pewter.
That's a coin.
Yes, those are actually from the Going Caching from last year.
Yeah.
The two of them on both sides of our license plate are both from that. So yeah, it's really cool stuff, and good guesses on here.
Yeah.
Let's announce the winner of this cool prize contest.
Well, it was a very scientific.
She guessed.
Yeah.
The number.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I blow that?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It was very scientifically done.
Way to go.
It was.
Well, you blew it now.
Tons
Forget
of
it.
calculations and pondering and tearing of robes and things.
You ruined it. Never mind.
Whatever.
Okay. The winner is, who guessed 220 coins, is Dano from Team Pugach.
Congratulations. Absolutely. Dano from Team Pugach. We did a random drawing, and your number came up, and you were very close. 220. That's not bad.
Everybody was close except for 52.
Yeah, that wasn't there, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But at least they put a guess in.
They put a guess in, and you got to be in it to win it. So way to go.
So congratulations, Team Pugach, Dano, for doing that, and we will get that prize sent out to you as soon as possible. All right, good stuff. Moving on, we've got our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast Geocaching Poll of the Week. And this one was very simple. Yes, no, or I don't know what the heck you're talking about. And let me bring this up. We do a different poll each week, and we send it out to our Google Plus folks. And we got a lot of people coming in talking about it. It was very simple. And Miss Amy, if you would be so kind as to go over what it was.
All right. The question was, do you want virtual geocache types to come back in some form or another?
Right.
The lead 7% was, your computer's all jacked up. The 7% says, what are virtual geocaches?
Right. In other words, we don't even know what it is.
At 20% says no. And 73% says, yep, we want them back.
Okay. Now, there were a ton, and I mean a ton, of people that put in responses about virtuals. We know this is a very, very volatile subject. And so we're not going to do any real feedback on that because we would do the entire rest of the show with all the things about this. Whether you like virtuals, don't like them, whatever reason that goes on with them, it still appears that there's a lot of people that will want virtuals to come back in one form or another. And hopefully something will come up and that'll happen. But that's how the people have voted for this week's show. So that's our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast Geocaching Poll of the Week. Be sure to check out Google Plus and also on our GeoSnippits website, and we put that out each week for you to get your feedback and also how you feel about that particular subject. So
hey,
yes.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we come up with another contest?
Sure.
Okay.
We do try to do it at least once every couple months to put it out so that people go, well, do we have an idea already?
No. Well, we were talking about it in the chat room. Me and this other person were the one that helped me come up with the contest.
Oh, awesome. Yes, we absolutely can. If you've got ideas for contests.
And I might as well go ahead and tell you who helped me come up with the last one.
Okay.
It was Ping Voyager.
Awesome. Ping's great. I love Ping. He lives near us, and he's a fantastic guy. And also EDM, sorry. I blinked out of me for a second. Lovely lady, very nice. And good geocachers. And they go nuts when it goes geocaching. So absolutely, if you've got an idea for a contest, write to us, gsreboot@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. And we'll set it up. We got the prizes. That's not the problem.
He keeps finding more of them and saying, I didn't know this was in here. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, I've got some good stuff. So anyways, absolutely. Whenever you get an idea for a prize, let's do that.
So thanks, Ping, for the idea on the contest.
And we will continue to do that because we like giving away prizes. That's what we're known for on our show. All right, let's move on. All right, tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cache-advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-advance.com, go find it. And also by
coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippets links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, Be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yeehaw! Yip, yip, yip. 19 ridiculously creative geocaches. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 126. Yeah, I went searching through and found a really interesting article by Amanda MacArthur. You go into geocaching for so long, it's like sometimes you just don't get surprised anymore about different types of geocaches. You think, who can come up with other creative ideas to put out for our game sport and or obsession?
Mm-hmm.
And looked at this article, and some of the stuff I've seen, some of the stuff I haven't, but the whole idea of this is to plant the idea for your fine folks to go out and actually create your own creative geocaches. And so I'm going to show, hopefully I still have it up after all the stuff that we were doing. I am going to share the screen here and see if I can actually, there it is, share this up. And again, this is out of the community on BuzzFeed, and it's literally called 19 Ridiculously Creative Geocache Containers. I want to make sure that we're showing it, and we are. All right, good stuff. All right, so literally, let's just go right down the line here. And Miss Amy, I'm kind of curious to see what your thoughts on this. And that's actually from the folks that are out there in the chat room. By all means, let us know what you think about this as well. So let me go through here. And again, this is Amanda MacArthur who put this together and thought this was cute. Now, I love this idea.
I love it.
A fairy
and you know
house.
What? This would be awesome for kids.
Yes. It's called, for the people listening to the podcast and not watching the video, it's called A Fairy House in Wooden Wonderland, or Wooded Wonderland. And it's beautiful. It's a gnome hole of a tree. In front of it is literally a wooden door that is something that looks like it came right out of The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
Little window in the side, little sitting area off to the thing. There's wooden steps that go to the door and over a little set of rocks.
Mm-hmm. Over
It's
a little wooden bridge. Yeah.
It is so cute for something like this. Now, the reason why I like the way that they put this together, it's visually cute.
Yes.
So this is something that you would put out in the middle of nowhere in the woods.
Yeah.
That nobody, unless a geocache is coming through here, is going to find it.
Find it. Yep.
And just stuff like this makes me smile the second I see it.
Yes.
And somebody takes that kind of effort to put it in, inside the gnome hole, you got a little small container, lock and lock box. The door would actually be kind of a good protection for it to keep stuff out. So it's cute, and it doesn't take much to do that. Little bit of effort, little bit of creativity, and you've set a theme up as opposed to putting all the effort into the container itself. The host is where you're putting all your creativity. So I think that is absolutely wonderful. And I can imagine in the UK, if you've got Ireland with the leprechauns and you've got all the different, the gnomes and all the different things that are out there, you could really come up with some cool stuff. So that was that one. The second one, okay, a little bit prickly, a little bit on the dangerous side, but the second one's called In a Rock Hidden Among the Cactus. Now, Danny Pugach just got a brand new, when it goes in the mail, he got a brand new geocaching rock.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
That this would go. Now,
just be careful when you're hiding it.
Yeah.
Don't make sure people can reach in.
That they can actually get
and not
it.
get eat up by
yes, but you have to admit
things.
This is not going to get muggled that much.
No. If they want it, they really want it bad.
Right. Now, in areas that, you may not necessarily have cactus. Now, North Carolina has cactus.
Mm-hmm.
I would say in the
Arizona.
Yeah. I mean,
they have a lot.
Yeah. But I would say instead of cactus, underneath a holly bush.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we hate holly.
Yeah.
But to us,
I wouldn't even go
to us, I would rather stick my hand by holly than cacti.
I wouldn't even go for it if it was in a holly bush. I hate holly bushes that bad.
There you go. Well, some people love them, some people don't. Some people are in for pain. I don't know.
I just don't
whatever
like it.
works with that. So anyways, in a rock hidden among cactus was number 2. Number 3, I love this. This just doesn't get old. In a pre-cut log. So basically what they have here looks like a 35 millimeter with a, I don't know what that is, about a 3-inch diameter, piece of a log, and you cut the top maybe a couple inches off of it. You put a hinge that it rotates. You drill a hole in the middle of the log itself. You put your 35 miller or bison tube, or actually what works better than 35 millimeters, boys and girls, are stick match holders. Those usually have an O-ring, and they are much more watertight. You drill the hole into the center of said stick or log, have a hinge on it so that it either, it just kind of screws off or moves off to the side, and you got yourself a fun hide with a log. So very, very cool when going into that. And let's see, I'm just trying to see if there's any parts in there that went nothing major into construction, something pretty easy to do. Now, this one is interesting. And the reason why I say that is I've talked to a lot of people that have come back from the block party. And Miss Amy, you're going to just love this. Now, this you can actually get from CacheAdvance.com.
Yeah.
Actually sells this.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think it's in the kit over here. It's under the table fake gum.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a magnetic piece of chewy bubble gum with a little nano inside that you just unscrew it, and the logbook's inside with this. Now, this has been used in a very famous geocache. I believe that's in Washington, somewhere near the block party. And it is called the gum wall.
Oh, yeah.
So basically what happens is everybody that goes to this particular disgusting geocache site is a concrete wall that is littered top to bottom, side to side, with used gum stuck to it.
Yes.
And in amongst all the goo
is one of those. It's like,
ew.
Yeah.
Disgusting. But that's all part of the fun. You can be as creative as you want when it comes to this. And that's always another one. So that was number 4. Number 5.
We have actually found one of those.
Yes, under fake poo in a bush. Yeah, nothing more fun than fake doggy doo. I mean, let's face it, they use them for keys, holding your keys.
Yeah, who's going to grab a thing of dog poop?
Exactly. Who even wants to mention with it? I'm just saying. Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, fake doggy poop is there, and good luck for you for the ones that find it. Sorry for the ones that find the alternative.
Yeah, that's why you have a little stick.
That's why you poke it with a stick.
Yeah.
Not much more you can say than that.
No, I just break something or find one on the floor and on the ground.
Yeah, a little stick and poke the poo.
Yeah.
All right, number 6, driven into nuts and bolts. Those are in this kit that we just gave
the working girl is home.
Yeah, we just went through, and these nothing more fun than the hidden nuts and bolts. There's a lot of people that are out there that create their own and do it their way with that. I've seen many different variations. We were at Geo Woodstock. We saw a homemade one that somebody made.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I remember when those first came out, and people just went, "What?" And it's like you didn't know what it was until it moved. So
that's why I grab all of them.
Nuts and bolts are awesome geocaches for stuff like that. And again, Cache Advance is a great one to find stuff like that to make, instead of being like me that hasn't worked with a drill press in a million years, being able to buy them and just put them out, That makes it a lot easier.
Yep.
And the cool thing is they come many times.
I do that with a lot of stuff.
They come with that where you get the nice shiny bolts and you get the other ones that look rusted.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Like, I can make this, but why? Because somebody else has.
I'd rather spend a couple of bucks and just
Yep.
get a quality one that I don't have to worry about losing a finger.
Yep.
Good stuff. Oh, the classic, number 7, tucked
birdhouse.
inside a birdhouse. And there's so many different varieties that you can do with this.
Hi.
We went through and we were on our way to past Mount Pilot, which is actually Pilot Mountain. And
She's gone again.
Yeah. The working girl just went in and out. Miss Geodis. And so, Miss Amy, we recorded that with her finding a birdhouse cache with that. Birdhouses are awesome. The main thing that you want to remember with those is please make sure that the hole gets covered up so actual animals don't try getting into it.
Yeah, and one we found had slugs on the underneath of it.
Yeah, that you can't really.
And she looked underneath it. She said, "Ew, slugs!" And had I known that when I reached in there to grab the container,
Yeah.
I said, "Good, you're putting it back."
Yes. And then she left, and then I got stuck putting it in.
Yep.
The other thing that with birdhouses you really want to consider, because I mean you can buy brand new ones for like $6.
Mm-hmm.
Our bank near us is selling them right now. Beautiful cedar birdhouses for $6.
Yes.
I mean they're big. They're not like little dinky ones. The thing that you want to make sure is try to make sure it stays sealed as much as possible. So that way you don't get the ants and the bugs in there as much. But just a suggestion for that. So tucked in a birdhouse is awesome. Number 8. This one is not my favorite, but in some areas you can get away with it. In a magnetized gum tin. Now, of course, Altoids is the first thing that pops into my head with this. Altoid cans in an area that has any kind of water suddenly over time turns into a rusty razor blade of death. Mm-hmm. So you have to be really, really careful with Altoid cans and some of these other cans because they do deteriorate over time and somebody can get really messed up trying to open them. Mm-hmm. If you are now I've been told this many times, if you are in a desert kind of climate where it's very, very dry, mm-hmm. Altoid cans work perfectly fine.
They don't have the humidity that can get to the can get to it.
Yep. So that's how that works. If it's great for your area, go for it. But don't be surprised in this particular case that we're showing here that doesn't get mistaken for litter and somebody picks it up and throws it out. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Number 9, peeking out of a sprinkler head. Now, I thought these were kind of unique. Now, we have seen many times the old classic black sprinkler heads that are screw off the top and inside is your geocache, and it's a fake one. The one that we're looking at here is more of the type of sprinkler head that you would attach a hose to and put it out in the middle of your yard. Mm-hmm. And put it out that way. So this is kind of a new twist to the old geocaching type, which I love any kind of variation of something. Mm-hmm. So this is just another thing for you fine folks to look out for. The rolling around in a tennis ball, it's literally as simple as cutting a tennis ball in half and now if they put in a 35 millimeter in there, I would put a bison tube, mm-hmm. something a little smaller where it's a little more crud. But again, this is the same kind of thing that you would have with bottle cap tops, things like that. If it's something that somebody's going to pick up thinking it's garbage, it's gone.
Yes, and that's why I have a problem with this one.
Okay. And it all goes down to, preferability. Are they out there? Sure are. There's a bunch of them out there like that. I found ones that are in old flashlights. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. But do you really want to put it in an area that has a lot of litter anyways? No. As a place for geocachers
I wouldn't put it out anyway.
Right.
But I would put it in something.
Yeah.
In another container, but I would not do it as a cache itself.
I think there's a lot of other creative ways that you can put out a geocache than junk.
Yes, I agree.
Now, on the flip side, I have seen where you get those little ampules that you can put the logs in and glue something on top of it, like a bottle cap.
Yeah.
that one's kind of okay. But if it's like large pieces of junk,
it's a tennis ball.
yeah, I mean, it's preference.
People are not going to grab your old chewed up gum. Just saying.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Yeah. Now, there's another one here that is number 11 called Sleeping with the Fishes, which is underwater geocaches.
Yeah.
I have never done an underwater geocache. I'm dying to go skin diving for one, though.
Yeah.
You got to have the right place. Obviously, these guys are scuba diving, so it's in a lot deeper that you can put these things, but you can find some very good airtight containers that you weight down and have people go find it that way.
Yeah, I'd love to learn how to scuba dive anyway.
Yeah, that would be a riot. So Sleeping with the Fishes, awesome idea, number 11. Number 12, Bottom of a Tube. And what it's showing here is it looks like if you've ever gone golfing and in your club bag is this, probably 3-foot long tube that you put your golf clubs in and it helps keep it there.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this particular picture looks like. It looks like they took a black 3 or 4 foot long tube, put it next to a black fence. And the idea is very simple. You have to pour water into it to
get
the cache to rise out or get something to snag the cache.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've put out puzzle caches like this where it's up higher and you have to figure out a way of putting something into it to get the cache out that way. But it's another way of being creative and coming up with ways. And there are so many variants. Like that one with the swamp that we did with the 2 Alexanders, where we needed 2 people to put their fingers on the holes and the other person to pour in towards the top to get it to raise to the top.
I was so praying I didn't get drenched.
So it's, you can have a lot of fun, be really creative with this.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually, there is something very similar to this. That is number 13 called Squeezed with a Message in a Bottle. It looks like it's about 1 inch long. It's literally a little glass bottle that has official geocache on the inside of it, a little sticker, big enough to be a micro to have a nano log in it. And it has a cork for the top and a little hook that you can put this on. Very, very cute. Now, in the package that Team Pugach won, they've got these little metal bison tubes that are about that size, too. They're so small.
Yeah,
they're only about an
tiny.
inch long. Very similar to something like this. Very creative. Do not hide this in the woods.
It's smaller than the tip. It's probably as big as your pinky nail.
Yeah. And this is something, please, for the love of God, don't put this in the freaking woods and expect somebody to find it, because somebody will say, "Oh, it'll be fun. Let's do it."
No, it's not fun. That is not fun.
I'm just saying, put it in a proper place.
Yeah, fun factor leaves pretty quickly.
Yes, our suggestion. You can do what you want, of course, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Corked up, another cool idea, very similar to the bottle cap type. Take a cork, drill a 1/4 inch hole into it, excuse me, and put a bison tube. And put that cork into something.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Glue it in there.
Yeah, and then put the cork in and go that way. Now, one of the things that I saw that was really cute, back to the birdhouse one, were the teeny tiny birdhouses.
Mm-hmm.
The look like the little smaller than a wren. It almost looks like a play birdhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've seen is people do just this. They'll take the bison tube, put it in a cork, and then put that in the hole of the small birdhouse and use that. And those are cute because you can you can paint the birdhouses really cute and put those in too. Really good idea for that.
Or that would be good at a wine shop.
Yep. Oh, growing Fung Hill. I love this idea. Of course, I've got different
fungi.
Yes. FUNGHII, fungi. Yeah, that's not hill, is it?
No, it's
all right.
Really not.
Growing fungi with fungi. Basically what it is a picture of some grass by a farm field, it looks like, and it literally is just a mushroom. A mushroom made out of, let's see if it says, the little yellow mushroom stands out enough to be found, but not enough to be spotted from afar. So it's a little, you can do this with ceramic, you can do this with cork, you can do it with a bunch of ways. Small little mushroom, you put your bison tube in there, maybe a little prod that makes it so that you can put it in the ground where it stays, and you got a lot of fun with that. Now, you don't have to be mean like mine, where you go through and just take a little bit of plastic grass and put it on one of those ampules and put that in. Not as cruel, or actually mine's more evil, I think, than the mushroom, but a great idea. Now, what I would highly suggest, though, if you're going to put something out like this, don't put like no hint. You know, put a guess in the title or the description of the geocache, or something in the hint that says, you know, great with gravy or something like that. So again, give it a hint so that people just don't walk around not knowing what to look for when you put that kind of effort into a little geocache like this. Nesting with the birds, I've seen a couple of these. They take a 35 millimeter or a bison tube, camouflage it, and put it in a abandoned nest. And the emphasis is on abandoned, you know, so don't put it in an area where birds actually nest.
Make your own nest.
Make your own nest and put it out that way, especially in a tree that's less likely to have birds use it.
Yeah.
Exploring the vents. This is kind of cool. If you can find areas, especially abandoned buildings, that you can go through, sometimes you'll find some creative nooks and crannies. This particular one shows a brick wall with an old vent on it, and the cover of the vent comes off. That's put up with magnets. And literally, you've got just enough room in there for a small geocache to place, and then put the vent back up magnetically. So that works out really well. Number 18. Oh, I love this. It's a pill bottle cache, which I'm not a thrill about that, but it's called Beneath the Tide. And it's basically what they've done is they've done a pill bottle cache that's weighted to a brick. So it moves very little, and it's on a beach. Go find that. Now, I have a much more evil way with this. Is what I use is clear acrylic, which it turns into hard plastic that you can put a nano into the bottom of it. And as you're making it the hard acrylic, you pour sand into hard acrylic, and it goes around the sand, turns to rock. And then you're looking for sand in sand. And be evil that way. So yeah, you can do a lot of interesting things with that as well. And the final one, which I thought was really cute, and you can get this from many of the different geocaching shops online, is a miniature ammo box.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's teeny tiny, fits in the palm of your hand. You know, it's apparently works, you know, just as good as a standard ammo box. I don't know if it's metal or plastic. I haven't actually seen one before to personally work with, but those are cute. Where that way you can do a play. You're looking for an ammo box, such and such, where they're at. And if they're not looking at the size, they're going to be going, what? Until they find it.
Cool.
So there you go. The 19 ridiculously creative geocaches. And this is a cool article that I found on Pinterest. And again, thank you to Amanda MacArthur for writing this article. And we hope that you got some seriously good ideas out of this, and go out to put out your own creative caches as well. So good stuff. What do you think?
Yep.
All right. Good things. Moving on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. And please consider becoming a contributing member of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast universe. Literally, we use all the money that gets supplied to us goes to running the show. Everything that deals from hosting to content to Dropbox to you name it, everything that it takes to actually keep a working podcast going, we needs the monies so that we can keep the show going. For the people that are out there that are already contributing members, thank you. Thank you so much. You have allowed us to keep this show going. If you are considering becoming a patron, please go to geosnippets.com or geosnippetsreboot.com. On the right side of the screen, you're going to see Become a Patron. Click onto that. Literally, it costs you $1 a week for as long as you want to do this. Depending on how many weeks that you become a member and continue giving us monies for each week, allows you certain rewards. And we've got a whole set of them. We're working on another new item that's going to be coming out soon, hopefully with coinsandpins.com, and we'll be able to introduce that. Lots of good stuff coming. Definite benefits, especially with contests as well, as far as becoming a patron. Please consider that and check out geosnippets.com for all the details. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the big bills start coming in just the next couple of months. All right, good stuff. Let's move on. All right. It is time for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, Geocaching Cache Stash. Now, let me explain to what this is, and I'm going to wait for my tablet to work up. I was supposed to do this before the show, but I got interrupted with our technical difficulty, so this may take a second. So what we have is some of the best companies in the geocaching world, and they quite frankly want to tell you fine folks about the products that they provide, so that they can give you, let you know about the products. You can go purchase stuff from them. And to do that, what they do is they send us some of those products and we turn them into prizes and we give them away to you free. So it's a really cool thing. We get to spotlight the company. We get to spotlight the prize. You get to get free prizes. So that's how it works with the Geocaching Cache Stash. Last week, for episode 125, wife Amy, what was the prize while my tablet boots up here?
The prize is from gxproxy.com, the Alaska Tundra Geocoin and Proxy Coin.
Yeah, this is beautiful. And basically, it's called Alaska Tundra. On one side, there's a wolf. On the other side, there are a couple of, it looks like quail or some type of hunting game bird on there, beautifully etched. I said on the other side is a wolf. And not only do you get the Geocoin itself, you get a proxy coin as well. And the proxy coins have a good heft to them. They are literally laser etched into the coin itself. And it's a duplicate of the actual coin. So they're beautiful. This is something that you can put the proxy out into the wild. You can keep the original for you for your collection. And they're gorgeous. And that is a prize for episode 125. And what was the question?
The question was, what two colors are on the lid of the multi-geocaching icon? And the answer is orange and yellow. Orange and yellow.
Okay, so this is how this works. And my tablet is still booting.
Up.
All right, so we're going to let this go here for half a second. So what we're going to do is we have a random number generator that gives all the correct number of answers that we have in. And we also have a list of somewhere in here of all the folks that sent in the correct answer. And it's coming up right now. And so what I'm going to do, there we go, is I am going to bring up Gmail as this goes through.
That's my only thing with switching to an iPhone, is that I love my Gmail.
Yeah. Well, you can, I think you get some form of Gmail with.
I don't want some form. I want my Gmail.
Okay. Well, good enough. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up all the correct answers from the people that put in, and I just got to bring up a search here real quick. And come on, there we go. Sorry, it's taking a little quicker than we have, but it actually is coming up faster than I thought, which is good. All right, so I'm going to let this come up. And I'm going to count out real quick how many correct answers we have once it actually does come up. You know, I have never been a big fan with ever since Lollipoop came out.
I
It has
hate
destroyed
that.
my Nexus tablet. It has turned it into a paperweight.
They completely
And they got a new
destroyed-
one coming out now. They've got Marshmallow coming out.
Oh my Lord! Why do they have to do food?
That's all theirs is candies, different types of candies that they had on it. Okay, so I'm just waiting for this to come up.
Jelly bean.
And for some reason, it's taking forever to load. So
I hope Marshmallow is better than Lollipop.
well, Lollipop destroyed. There it is. Yay. Okay, so thank you guys. Give me half a second to count this. Wow. All right. Wow. Lots of people went in for this. All right. Let me make sure. I want to have the right number here. There we go. Sorry for the delay on that. All right. That's that. Let me bring up the random number generator, which I have right here. And that is from here to here. Okay. Now we're working. All right, so I have my random number generator. I have been given a random number, and basically the way this works is wife Amy is going to flip her magic Geocoin, and it's going to be either heads or tails. If the number was 4 and it's not, if it was 4 and it was heads, we'll count down 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top. If it's tails, we'll count up 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom. Adds a little bit of randomness to the poll there. Wife Amy, are we going from the head down, tails up?
Heads.
All right. Our winner is, and we'll write this down. Oh, this is a new person, I believe.
Good.
Roger and Crystal Hamrick. Roger and Crystal Hamrick. You have the correct answer in there. Congratulations. You won that beautiful set of Geocoins. The Geocoin and the Proxy Coin. Do us a favor, guys. Roger and Crystal, send us your email or send us your address and send it to gsreboot@gmail.com, and we will get the prize sent out to you. So send us your address to the same place that you sent the contest, and we'll go from there. So congratulations, Roger and Crystal Hamrick. That's awesome. I love that. So thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties again. And that worked out great. All right. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, wait a minute. How do we do this? How do we win prizes? You gave away a couple of really cool Geocoins. I want a set of Geocoins or some other cool prize for me. How do I do it? Me. All you have to do to be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Dash is, 1, get your correct answer in by 12 noon for tonight's show, episode 126. You have to get it in by Wednesday, September 2nd. We're going into September already. September 2nd, 2015. Email to, and I'm going to see if I can get this up on the screen for the folks. Email this to gsreboot@gmail.com. That's gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject Q1, episode 126. So subject Q1, question 1, episode 126. Get the correct answer in by Wednesday, September 2nd. You'll be put into a drawing just like we just did, hopefully a little quicker next time. And sometimes for the fine folks watching the show live, we give away, like last week, a prize right then, right there, live for the people coming in.
Yep.
Kind of gives them that little incentive to come in and get a chance to win a really cool prize. Sorry, not tonight, folks. We do it at least once a month, but we will be doing it in the not too distant future because August is leaving.
It is leaving.
So that's how that works.
Yep.
And we will go from there. But wife Amy, if you would be ever so kind as to tell what the prize is for this week's show, episode 126, we will show the fine folks.
All right, from coinsandpins.com, it's a grab bag. It have Right in the Rain logs and a Cash Angel Geocoin.
Okay. Yes, in one of our
Come on.
exclusive GS Reboot sandwich baggies,
Yeah,
we have
one he grabbed out of the kitchen.
we have a very cool Cash Angel. And thanks again from coinsandpins.com for donating that. And a couple of different sized Right in the Rain logbooks. All that is yours if you put in the correct answer and get selected next week. That's the prize for episode 126. What's the question?
What does the geocache attribute that has L and F on it mean?
All right.
What does geocache attribute that has L and F on it mean?
What's the name of that attribute? What does it mean? We'll go over that next week. Congratulations to the upcoming winner and good luck to all. And that one was interesting. That caught my eye because it had some red in the actual attribute. So I thought that was kind of neat. Let us know what your answers are. Get them in for that drawing. You can't win if you don't play. All right. Good stuff. Let's see. Let me put in one last thing here and we'll move on. Time to move on. Let's do this. All right. Well, besides the technical difficulties, we know what that was like. Let us know what you think about the show. If you like all the stuff that we've been going over, if you like to have other things that you'd like to talk about, suggestions for future shows, suggestions for guests for future shows. If you know somebody that would like to be on the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast, if they want to talk about their being a geocacher or certain things that they may show as projects or things that they do in geocaching, let us know. We'll have them on as a guest. We love having guests. Matter of fact, next week, we may have a guest as well, and it's going to be worth looking up. Details coming out in the social intrawebs this week. Very cool stuff. Please consider becoming a patron and a contributing factor to the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast universe. We greatly appreciate that. And finally, tell others about the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast so they can come in and enjoy all the geocaching greatness we put out each week. Thank you so much.
Oh, want to thank our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. Want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks to everyone watching in our chat room. Please keep those comments coming in, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yep, very, very cool. Lots of fun stuff. I want to say a special thanks to wife Amy for everything that she does. You moved all my stuff, so now I can't see where we're at.
You're right there.
Oh, please say thank you to wife Amy. I just did that. Thank you, wife Amy.
You're welcome.
Wow. Like I said, next week we got to verify that we don't want to put stuff out, but we've got a very cool guest hopefully showing up next week. You're not going to want to miss it, especially if you're
not going to want to wish it.
Don't wish it, people.
Don't wish it.
Don't wish it at all. If you like puzzle caches, this is the one you're going to want to watch with us.
With us.
Oh yeah,
watch it with us.
Wow, this is with no coffee. I'm just saying. All right, folks. We will see you next week. Be safe out there. The weather's crazy.
We won't bring Roger Wabbit next time.
Wabbit-twax. All right, folks. Have a great one. And we will see you next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another spine-tingling, wabbit-filled GeoSnippits Reboot podcast. Here we go. Bye-bye, folks. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. Sorry. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. Cough, cough, heck, heck. Wow. And clear. That's how it goes. So, yes, thank you, folks, so much for stopping on by. We greatly appreciate it. And we will see you next Thursday. Have a safe one. Have a fun one. And get out there and do some geocaching. Hopefully, the weather's letting up enough for folks that have been held into the household so much they can actually go out and do something. Have some fun, folks. It's great. And if you can pick up those last souvenirs, go for it. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye, folks.